round three, Albert, this brand new movie just dropped on Netflix called Long Distance, and this movie is starring Anthony Ramos and Naomi Scott, and this movie came out in 2024, and it is a sci-fi movie. Takes place in a distant planet, I guess. In this movie, we see Anthony Ramos' character. He was like journey to this planet, and when suddenly, I guess the ship he was traveled to, it get hit by an asteroid, and he wakes up 4 years earlier than he's supposed to in this cryo chamber. Basically, it crash lands in this planet where it is hunted by aliens, and we see he's the only survivor. And I guess after like looking around, he does find another survivor, and he was trying to send this message to Earth to someone come and rescue them. And later on in this movie, we find out that there is another survivor, and that survivor is played by Naomi Scott. So when I saw this movie, like the plot, I thought, oh wow, sounds interesting. But this kind of space movie, most of them are quite similar. They always come to same conclusion. So this movie is not different than anything we have seen before. Let me say, I thought honestly, the first act for this movie, it is quite interesting when he lands there in this planet, and he doesn't know anything, and we see like he has some history with his kids and wife. First act for this movie, I will say it is interesting. It does keep audience engaged, and you're wondering what will happen in this movie. So, but unfortunately, as this movie goes on, we see Naomi Scott. She survived in this, but she is far away, so he need to travel to her. And of course, when you travel from one place to another along the way, there will some stuff happen here. So I feel like overall, what was this movie about? Like halfway through this movie, like when he was traveling from one place to another, and that part for this movie, and he was talking to her on the telecom, that part for this movie became really is very boring watching it. You're just like, nothing was happening. Like, you're just talking to her, I guess the director was trying to give their background to the audience, backstory, like where these people come from and what is it they're all about. And I get that. That is what the director was thinking, right? Like, so I guess the middle act for this movie, it is kind of like you get to know them, like these characters. That is where I feel like as the audience, as the movie, it gets really boring and kind of like become very unfocused. However, when you go to the last act, there is some decent alien chasing scene here and there. Although I didn't like personally the alien design. I think they kind of looks like a spider. Like, what are we doing here? They look like a spider creature, right? Didn't buy them as aliens, if I'm being honest here. And I thought like last act, there is some scene here and there. I did thought it was okay. Unfortunately for this movie, it is never was able to create tension for the audience. Like, what was it thinking, right? Like, this kind of movie, like when you start, I really thought it will have some tension between the human and everything. The last act for this movie kind of became like survival movie. Like, although this kind of movie, it is always about that, right? Like, you are trying to survive. I guess end of the day, that is the truth. So, I guess both of these characters, they were trying to survive. I feel like the biggest wrong with this movie is that they're talking to each other in the telecom. That part is bad choice for this movie. Like, if you shown her and him trying to survive together, I think maybe it could have worked better, because the halfway or like this movie didn't have that much tension. Like, basically that is that. Although it really had some interesting premise, and it could have been better. I don't know why they kill off that other guy, Leonard, so quickly. I did not like that he was dead so quick. Like, that was the biggest mistake. Like, this kind of movie, you need some people. Then again, that was the point, I guess. It is a two-person movie, but movie always needs more people, and you had that people, and you killed him off. So obviously the director, he didn't do good job here. What was he looking for or doing? He didn't do that. That being said, of course, I know movie makings are, especially this kind of movie, this one probably didn't have a huge budget. Like, They're trying to save money by him just talking on the phone and everything. If it was just a Netflix movie, that could have worked, honestly, because I could feel this movie budget is really low. That is why he was just walking around. I never felt like he was in different planet or anything like that. I don't know why. This movie really felt very cheap. I didn't see how much it cost to make. But overall, honestly, really, this movie could have been great, but it wasn't. Overall, just like, what? And yeah, I did not thought it was bad because I did like first act. That is the thing. I didn't like not like this. I did enjoy the first act, and the halfway through the middle, I did like the last act. So it's kind of like a middle. If I had to give star, it's going to get still like 2 star out of 5 because there's still some interesting scene that I personally did like. Like, it's not totally bad. That is the thing. And yeah, so it's just okay. And that's my thought on this. Let me in the comment, what do you think about this movie? If you enjoyed this review, don't forget other reviews on other movies. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take